What did you do to get this rosemary to look so giant, lush, and beautiful?
You wanna know the answer? I actually took a hedge trimmer and I edge trimmed the whole thing to be a perfect globe. And then of course it's now broken that a bit, but you're totally right. So there's the care of plants going in the ground, the watering, the fertilizing, but then there's the daily maintenance or trimming or pruning of it, which does shape the outcome of the plant. When it comes to something like a rosemary, Jacques, of course, this is more rosemary than I'll ever need. So do I really need to prune it anymore? Maybe it's for aesthetics.
It looks cool.
It looks great. But let's say I was growing a tomato, right? There's different ways to prune tomatoes, and there's definitely ways in which plants will grow that's sort of counterproductive to what you, the human gardener, wants them to do, right? So if you think about like an indeterminate or vining style tomato with no trellis, what's it gonna do?
Nothing. It's just gonna sprawl and branch and creep and take over the whole area, basically.
Right, and so if you don't support it, and if you don't give it at least some kind of trimming or pruning to control that space, maybe prevent a little bit of pest or disease pressure, but also just kind of optimize its growth, then you're not going to get exactly what you want. Now, I don't want to say like it's hard and fast rule. We've done all sorts of different videos on pruning. Some plants need it, some plants don't. Understanding which plants do and how to do it is the important thing. Of course, we've made many videos on that, but this just kind of speaks, Jacques, to the overall daily care of the garden once you plant it out.
Yeah, I think one of the cool, fun things about pruning is that you can use it to your advantage, just like this. The more branches you trim, the more side shoots are gonna form, which means the bushier it's gonna get.
Yeah.
That's really useful for things that you want a lot of, like for example, basil is a great example. You've created gigantic basil bushes, but if you don't prune it, it'll keep growing vertical. It will produce some branches, but just not nearly as much. Same thing with like flowers. If you trim the top off of a young zinnia, it's gonna branch more, you're gonna get more overall flowers than if you left it entirely unpruned.
Yeah, I would say like when you first start growing, it can be overwhelming. Like everything seems to have different rules on how to prune it. Take it piece by piece. And also use your growing intuition in the garden. Like you mentioned, you don't prune a cabbage. Why? Because the cabbage you're growing is the whole plant.
Yeah.
So if you were to prune it, what would be left, right? You don't prune things like lettuce or kale, but that kind of brings us to how you would harvest plants to increase their production. So this reminds me of something in Jacques' yard that's been bothering me for years, which would be his 5-year-old tree collards that look kind of like this, but they're way taller and spindlier. But actually, you know, to your credit, you do a great job of maximizing your harvest off of plants. And this is, for most plants, there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes with like a carrot, a turnip, a beet, a radish, you just wait till it's the size you want and you pull it out of the ground. There's not really a maximization.
It's a single
here.
harvest.
It's just a one shot, one kill.